today's video entitled King of Kings, and thank you for viewing and sharing. Ladies and gentlemen, many Christians approach the future with dread because they fear that man will eventually take over the world and God will lose control. Thus, some Christians see their faith in God as coming to a crisis. But will God eventually lose control of earth and place faith at a disadvantage? This video is based on the prophecy of world governments as outlined in the book of Daniel 2. The king of the then ruling world kingdom had a dream concerning the future of the world. He, however, forgot the dream, and Daniel, a young Israelite prince in captivity, eventually received the dream and the interpretation from God. The dream is presented in the form of the human body. Later, Daniel, as well as the Apostle John in Revelation, received visions concerning the same world kingdoms in the form of animals arising out of the sea and land. This video presents the integration of the image in Daniel 2 and the parallel symbols found in Daniel 7 and 8 and Revelation 12 and 13. Scripture references are written on slides. Thou, O king, sawest and beheld a great image with head of gold. Hail, King Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, thou art that head of gold. Your kingdom is also represented by a lion with wings like eagle. The kingdom of Babylon reigned from 605 BC to 538 BC. The children of Israel were in captivity. This is the region where the children of Israel are. Thou, O king, sawest and beheld a great image with chest and arms of silver. Hail, King Darius, king of the Medes. Hail, King Cyrus, king of the Persians. The kingdom of Media-Persia is presented by the chest and arms of silver, a ram with 2 horns, and a bear with 3 pairs of ribs in his mouth. The kingdom of Medo-Persia reigned from 538 BC to 331 BC. The children of Israel were also in captivity, but they prospered during that period of time. And we have the region of the children of Israel. Thou, O king, sawest and beheld a great image with belly and thigh of brass. Hail Alexander the Great, Emperor of Greece. The kingdom of Greece is represented by the belly and thighs of brass, a he-goat with a first horn between its eyes, which later broke and gave way to 4 horns, and a leopard with 4 heads and 4 wings on his back. The Grecian Empire reigned from 331 BC to 168 BC. The children of Israel were again in captivity. Thou, O king, sawest and beheld a great image with legs of iron. I am Caesar, Emperor of Rome. My kingdom is the legs of iron. Rome is the dreadful and terrible beast with iron teeth and 10 horns. The Roman Empire reigned from 168 BC to 476 AD. Again, the children of Israel, this is the region here in captivity. The 10 divisions of the Roman Empire included the Anglo-Saxon, Great Britain, France, Alemanni, Germany, Burgundians, Switzerland, Lombards, Italy, Visigoths, Spain, Ostrogoths, Suevi, Portugal, Vandals, Heruli. Three kingdoms were rooted out and replaced by a little horn, whom Satan gave his seat, having eyes like the eyes of man, and mouth speaking great things, rich thing to change time and laws and wear out the saints of the Most High. The three kingdoms uprooted were the Ostrogoths, the Vandals, and the Heruli. These three, replaced by little Horn. So then we have church ruling the state and ecclesiastical affairs. Now Revelation 13, the beast is the same beast described here. There are actually two beasts, and the first one is the same beast here. Religion was a major theme for wars and conquest under Roman rule. How the Roman Church rose to power. Kings ruled both church and state initially. This resulted in serious arguments and conflict over the centuries in Europe. The Roman Church usurped leadership in 538 AD, and thus we have the Pope and the Vatican Council as leadership that we know today. And it was then there was a fusion of pagan and Christian doctrines. The Christian church underwent serious persecution under Rome. As John in Revelation described, she sought to wear out the saints of the Most High. All the apostles had died, and Satan had a sweeping influence over the church. Now there are two relevant propaganda techniques observed with Roman councils. There are more, but I'll just emphasize two. One, distraction, diverting the attention of individuals from the real issue onto the source of distraction. One needs to remember that if Satan gave the beast his seat, then sacrifice is inevitable as a means of payback for services, but the public must not recognize this. Sacrifice is to offer up or kill as a religious offering. What sacrifices? You have altar sacrifices as devotion, where children and adults were sacrificed. Building trust by surrounding persons with holy rites and symbolism, example, infant baptism, characters. No one would imagine children being stolen for sacrifice or sexually abused because of the holy influence which surrounds them. So persons will willingly give children and themselves. Torture, deliberately inflicting severe physical or psychological suffering on someone by another as a means of punishment or in order to fulfill some desire of the torturer or force some action from the victim. Removal of marriage from the clergy, which is a prohibition right, with the claim that one is married to Christ. And this is a lofty ambition for many. The second propaganda technique is transferring, shifting meaning, evidence, cause, qualities from one thing, person, or situation onto another. Rome charged those who keep the biblical Sabbath, the seventh day of the week, to be in league with Satan and his angels. And this was a very good reason for mass killing or persecution to get rid of the evil. This was a false claim. It was Rome who was in league with Satan and his angels, igniting rebellion against God. Missionaries led the public and churches astray from the biblical Sabbath as a result of teaching this false claim. Sabbath versus Sunday. All the Jews and Christians under the Roman rule kept the biblical Sabbath initially, as seen in the book of Acts. After the apostles died and apostasy entered the Christian church, persecution was used as a method to force Christians to recant the observation of the biblical Sabbath. Sunday, the first day of the week, became the enforced day of worship, decreed by Roman emperors and church councils. Thus, the Christians resorted to keeping 2 days of worship until 1054 AD, according to Maxwell 1981, when Catholic Christians were torn apart from the rest of the Christians by what is known as the Great Schism. The fact that the Christians persisted in keeping the biblical Sabbath during persecution showed that they were convinced that that was the true day. And here we have included a page. You can open it up on the computer and read it. This is the Catholic Christians, okay, in the red. We have the other Christians, you have the Orthodox, you can't really see much of it, the Armenians, the Nestorians, the Coptic, the Ethiopic. These were according to the different regions where they lived. And the rift was between the Catholics and the Orthodox Christians. Refusal and Reformation. Pope Leo IX refused to honor the Roman Church's council's demand to separate Catholics from the rest of the Christians, but that did not stop it. When Roman priests and nuns got to know of the truth of the biblical Sabbath, some of them resorted to reform. One of the things that we need to keep in mind is that Reformation was for the past, when there was time. In the end, God says to come out of her, my people, and be not partakers of her plagues. Judgment call finalizes things and situations. There is no more time. The cup of sin is filled. The biblical Sabbath identifies God as the creator and owner of heaven and earth. It also identifies identity among humanity. It also identifies who worship, adoration, praise, and obedience should go to. And it will be continued in the new heavens and the new earth. thou, O king, sawest, and beheld a great image with feet of iron mixed with clay. For as much as thou sawest iron mixed with clay, the kingdoms shall be partly strong and partly broken. They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. One world government quest. 6 men tried to break prophecy and unite the world. Charlemagne tried and failed in the 8th century. Charles V tried and failed in the 16th century. Louis XIV tried and failed in the 17th and 18th centuries. Napoleon tried and failed in the 19th century. Emperor William tried and failed in the 20th century. And Hitler tried and failed also in the 20th century. Today, we know of the United Nations and the quest for world peace and the march towards one world government. But who is behind all of this? And what is the major agenda? The United Nations headquarters is in the land of the lamb-like beast of Revelation 13, which gave back life to the beast with the little horn of Daniel 7 and 8, also found in Revelation 13. It says, he shall force all nations or governments to conform to the first beast and his image. So this, we have the headquarters of the United Nations. This is the lamb-like beast, according to history, identified as the United States, which is the lamb-like beast, that will give back power unto the first beast. Persecution revived. Satan claims the people and wants to keep them in darkness through deception and forced allegiance. Jesus, however, rebuked Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan. Jesus warns, come out of darkness, my people, and be not partakers of her plagues. White in the book, The Great Controversy, describes Satan. Satan speaking, this world will be mine. I will be ruler of the earth, the prince of the world. I will so control the minds under my power that God's Sabbath shall be a special object of contempt. A sign, I will make the observance of the 7th day a sign of disloyalty to the authorities of the earth. Human laws will be made so stringent that men and women shall not dare to observe the 7-day Sabbath. For fear of wanting food and clothing, they will join with the world in transgressing God's law. The earth will be wholly under my control. Yes, the beast will be revived, and the bitter head of persecution will again pop up its ugly head. The prophet Daniel forecast, in the end, a great time of trouble shall come, such as never was since there was a nation. The saints will be greatly tried for their faith. And John in Revelation 13 and 12:17 joins Daniel and the dragon. Satan was wrapped with the woman, God's true church, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed that keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus, or the spirit of prophecy. The true prophet to the church, called a witch, and those who keep God's Sabbath will be called evildoers. Thus, efforts will be made to rid them from the face of the earth. But what would you do when you have no food and you cannot buy or sell because you will not be obedient to Satan and man-made laws? What will you do when you are driven from your homes, mothers, with your children sucking empty breasts and clinging to your frock tail? What will you do, brother? What will you do, sister? What will you do, neighbor? What will you do, world? What will you do, church? Thou, O King, sawest, and beheld a stone cut from the mountain, without hands, and it crushed the image into pieces, and the stone became a great kingdom. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to another people, and it shall stand forever. Yes, Christian friends, fear not in the hour of earth's deepest trials. For at that time, Michael the Great shall stand up for his people. God's people shall be delivered, every one found written in the book of life. Hail, King Jesus! Behold, he comes. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Amen. May your faith be strong. Remember to share and subscribe.